Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Amit, and in today's video we're going to go through the 1 month update of the second hair transplant that I got from Turkey. If you don't already know, I got a second hair transplant from Istanbul, Turkey from Vera Clinic about a month ago, and I managed to document my entire journey while I went there. Definitely check that video out if you haven't already. But I got 4,000 grafts extracted this time around for my crown. And yes, you heard right, I went for a second hair transplant. The first time I went, I got 6,100 grafts extracted from my donut area and placed onto my hairline and my mid-scalp. But unfortunately, they couldn't finish the crown up. So that's why I went for a second one, and they added 4,000 grafts onto my crown and a little bit onto my mid-scalp and hairline. Now, as for the previous time that I had my hair transplant, I've been documenting my entire journey from start to finish, and I'm going to do the same exact thing with the second hair transplant as well. So if you're interested in to see videos like that, to see my monthly progress, as well as some tips and tricks along the way of getting a hair transplant, do consider liking and subscribing to the videos. I try to post as much as I can about a hair transplant for someone who's looking to get one or someone who's already gotten one. So definitely do check it out if you also want to see me grow a full head of hair, basically. Not too sure if that's what you're into, but hey, a lot of other people are, so definitely check it out. Okay, so let's talk about the update. So straight off the bat, once I got out of the clinic from Istanbul, Turkey and get back home, the first week was definitely a little more brutal than I thought it would be, at least from what I remember. The sleeping was really the most toughest part, and the showering, but I think over time you get over it once you get more and more used to it. I made a couple of videos on that as well on the channel. If you're interested, definitely check that out. But basically, once you get through that hurdle, it's a little more smooth sailing from there. However, from week 2 to 3, and especially the last week, it's gotten a little better, but there are definitely still moments where I can remember how annoying it can be for the first month. Things such as the swelling took a little while to reduce, the numbness also took a little while to reduce and finally come back. There's a lot of stinging pains randomly in the middle of the night, especially. That's all based off of the anesthesia really wearing off from the first few weeks. But once it hit week 3, I personally felt much more back to normal. Another thing that was quite annoying was the constant itching. I've been scratching my head quite a bit, but of course, with precaution. Instead of actually using my fingernails to scratch my head, I'm using the surface of my finger instead and just rubbing it on my donut area or even the transplanted areas. This is obviously to avoid me scratching out anything that's already been planted there, but in all honesty, it's kind of inevitable, especially during the shedding phase, which also I'm kind of going through now, and which I'll show you in a little bit. But I think overall, based off of my last experience and this experience, I feel a bit more confident in knowing exactly what to do and not freaking out every time I see a little hair fall out. Last year, I definitely was more anxious every time I touched my head and I saw hair on my hand. It was not fun. This time around, I think overall the experience has been all right. However, there was one thing that happened which I regretfully have to announce, that I hit my head. It wasn't like a small bump. It was a pretty hardcore hit onto my head. I basically started going back to working out after a month, and I was going into an F45 class, and as I bent down to pick up my water bottle, when I stood up, there was a locker door that was open and I hit my head against it. In the beginning, I was a little freaked out, thinking that it's not a big deal, but it was a pretty big gash. Thankfully, it didn't touch the transplanted areas, but I'll show you more in detail later on in the video. But yeah, it was not fun. Okay, now that I've pretty much summed up what's been going on this past month, let's jump right into what everyone wants to see, the 360 view of my entire head, especially with the donut area and the crown.
Alright, so we're back with the 360 view, and you can see how well the front of my hairline has been growing. I did have a few grafts added to the front, so we'll see how in time that will grow out. For the sides, you can see that my donut area has fully healed now, and it's just starting to grow back properly. The back looks similar. The donut area is slowly growing out, but you can see that the crown looks a little emptier thanks to some of the shedding that has begun. Lastly, we can see the other side of my donut area, which in all honesty, I think has been growing well, more than expected.
From last year's procedure, everything that you see now is from the front on is mostly the transplanted hairs, which is amazing because I didn't think I would retain that much even after the hair transplant. I don't know why. I was just always afraid that if I did a second hair transplant, what if my transplanted hairs from last year didn't grow back? Thankfully, that's not the case. It's been pretty good so far, and yeah, I'm just waiting to see how fast this grows out as well. So let's take a little closer look at the donut hair and the crown as well.
From here, we can see that it does seem a little patchy, but I do remember it looking just like this last year for the first month as well. So all I can do is really wait and see how well it grows out. Even for my crown, it's still early days, but I can see tiny hairs coming out, slowly but surely. Overall, I think the pace of which my donut hair is growing out is alright for me.
So for the aftercare that I'm currently using, as I mentioned in previous videos, I bought some of the supplements from the clinic, which consisted of the GF Serum, hair spray. I had the GF shampoo from before, and I'm also using my own Minoxidil and finasteride. These products are still pretty useful for me. I use them almost every day. The GF Serum I use in the mornings and at night. The hair spray I only use in the mornings, and the shampoo I use once a day currently. I also apply my Minoxidil every morning and night. This is mainly on my donor area. Last year, I was instructed to do that to retain some of the hairs that was in my donor area in expectation that I would go back for a second hair transplant. I checked in with my consultant again, and they mentioned that I can do the same thing. I don't think it has so much of an effect on my donor hair, but it's worth a try, and I'll see how it goes over the past coming months, especially because I've had around 10,000 grafts extracted from my donor hair. I want to see if I can recoup some of that with the magic of Minoxidil. Lastly, I'm taking finasteride. I'm back on 1.25 milligrams of finasteride every day. This is definitely going to help during the shedding phase to retain my own current hair, so I don't lose too much from the shock loss. I'm diligently taking it every morning, and hopefully we'll see in time the progress of it. So as I said, in the next couple of months, I am expecting a lot of shedding to happen, which it's not going to look pretty. As you saw earlier, the back of my head looks pretty empty now, and I feel like that shedding phase has already begun. But it's going to happen, and hopefully in 2 or 3 months, we'll start to see some growth. I know that the back of your head for the crown takes much longer to grow out compared to how the front and the mid scalp is. So all I really can do is wait and hope that in time it does eventually grow out, and hopefully it works out. In a weird way, I don't have too much expectation about this whole procedure for the second time around. I just personally want to see some hair there, and hopefully that'll give me a little more confidence every day when I go out without worrying about wearing a hat or putting on fibers all the time. So I'm just hoping to see some sort of progress in the next couple of months, which I'm super excited about. And back to hitting my head. Yeah, so that was really painful. I do want to show you guys what area that I actually got my head hit. Thankfully, it wasn't on the newly transplanted areas, but it was very close. I'm not gonna lie, that was very scary. But it was a little deeper gash than I thought it'd be. I was actually considering going to the doctor and getting stitches done, but I didn't really want to damage anything that's been happening with my transplanted hairs. So I nursed myself. Is that a thing? Yeah, I basically nursing myself and cleaning up the wound, and eventually it was fine, but yeah, it was definitely scary for that little period of time. I'm obviously trying to be more careful and making sure that doesn't happen. I'm really scared it leaves a scar, but in all honesty, as long as my hair still grows out, it can still be covered up. So I don't think it'll be too much of a worry. But yeah, don't hit your head, man. It's a scary thing, especially after a hair transplant. All right, lastly, I just want to touch on getting haircuts. What I did last year was I got a haircut 3 months later to let my donor hair grow out. I kind of wanted to do the same just to kind of see how well my hair will continuously grow out, but I might cut it short to just 2 months. We'll see how it goes in the next couple of months, but yeah, that's my plan. If you guys have any suggestions, maybe I should keep it longer or shorter, let me know in the comments. That'd be cool, so I can at least get a gist of what you guys also want to see. Although I'm kind of rocking this look, I do start to see that this is getting a bit longer, and this is not really matching up, so I gotta make it a little even, you know? Yeah. Okay, I think that's it for this month's updates. A lot of things have been happening. Hopefully I'll be more careful in the future, but if you're interested in these videos, definitely do consider liking and subscribing. Also, if you are interested, I am still having my one-on-one hair consultation service. I've been having a lot of people sign up lately, and it's been amazing to help out you guys. If you are interested, definitely consider clicking the link below, and I'm happy to have that discussion with you. I've been supplying with people with my everyday products as well as some useful tips and advice. If you're interested, the link is below. I'm going to be posting more and more updates along the way. Really appreciate all of you following me along the first journey, and as well now the second. All I can say is that you got to trust the process on how everything is going. It will eventually work out if you're following the right procedures in order to get that to happen. All right, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.